podcast. Today is the 6th of October, and this week we're going to be discussing a lot of things, including Call of Duty marketing, 20th anniversary of PlayStation, and how bad Tony Hawk 5 is. To start it off, we totally forgot the 20th anniversary of PlayStation last week.
It was like on the day, wasn't it?
It was on the day.
Yeah. On the day of recording, we forgot.
So this week, we're not going to go into too much about PlayStation, but we kind of want more audience participation. So if you're listening, we want you to either, I was going to say phone us like a flipping radio station. Call me!
What is it?
Call me!
Just your desperation on that one. You leave,
please!
That's just when you get people like in the comments going, "Give me your digits, girl."
Yeah.
Shoot, girl.
No, Facebook us or tweet us. We'll put our links below of your favourite PlayStation memories or games or any funny analogies that you have of any PlayStation games you like. And we'll read them out next week. All two of you that are going to do it. So thanks. Probably one of them's probably going to be Darian. So thanks, Darian.
True story.
Wait for it. He won't have played PlayStation. He'll be an Xbox guy.
He's like, I'm an Xbox person, guys. Come on.
Isn't he?
I don't know.
We'll
Darian is not part of the
We'll
podcast.
find out, yeah.
One day.
One day.
Call us, Darian.
Call me!
Wow.
That's probably blown up the mic.
Turns down.
Yeah, I'm going to turn the game down a bit. First big story. Call of Duty did a marketing campaign last week for their new Black Ops game. And they decided to reskin their Twitter completely into this news network called Current Events Aggregate and document this apparent explosion in Singapore. Now, everybody thought it was real. Discuss.
Why? That's all
Why?
it is. It's just one word of why.
People are fucking stupid. That's why.
That's the problem there. It's like, sure, people are probably gullible, yada yada yada. They should look at Call of Duty or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
it
thing is,
was-
what happened to
but-
critical thinking, though? Have you ever heard of this news
but
place before just because it has a
why
mildly professional
did
title?
they do it in the first place? They could have. They're
also stupid.
No, because there could have been easily a million and like other ways to advertise this. But why did they reskin to a news
Controversy.
network?
That's why. Because then it's
And
in
then
the news.
pick a real life place and say that there is a threat there.
Because it's going to be in the game, probably.
Yeah, it is going to be in the. It's probably more than likely it is. But the problem is, why did they do it? And it's like, you could have chosen so many more different ways to go about this, but you've done it the
Because
wrong way.
nobody's ever done it before, and it'll be in
There's
the
a
news.
reason for that.
Yeah, but they'll be in the news for so long that people will still buy the game.
Yeah, but
Yeah, of course people are going to buy the game.
Yeah.
No
To
matter
be
what.
honest, they didn't even need to do marketing.
Nobody, they don't have to do anything for their new game. They could just release the Call of Duty game without saying a word. No, like, features, no showcasing it, no discussion about it whatsoever. They release it, million copies straight away. Like, that's it. Like, it's Call of Duty. Everyone's going to buy it.
Are we missing the point completely and thinking along the lines of they meant to have this big uproar? They meant to do
well,
stage
why
something.
else would you go so far out of your way to do something like that? They changed their entire social media skin and persona for this one
It kind
thing.
of almost feels like a massive prank that went wrong.
Yeah, but the thing is that some marketing pillock somewhere sat down and thought this was a great idea, and it somehow managed to get the go-ahead. And I hope people have lost their jobs for this because it's flipping stupid. The amount of
It's
worry
a
that
bad
it'll
light,
cause
more bad
people.
light for flipping video games again, and because it's like one of those franchises that all the
They've set us
parents
back at
seem
least 2
to
years
pick
with
up
this shit.
on.
Yeah, probably.
It's all the franchises that parents seem to pick up on for when kids get into video games. Things like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, all the sort of violent first-person shootery kind of titles that they pick up on, and like Minecraft.
Minecraft says
and
curse
Minecraft.
to gaming.
So it does set us
Minecraft's
back
so
a couple of
violent.
years in terms of getting out of this stereotype that Daily Mail picked this news story up. BBC picked this news story up. When was the last time BBC or the Daily Mail picked up a story on how video games are helping charity events? And no, it's this kind of shit that does it, and it's got to stop. Stop being dickheads.
Well, that's just press and media in general. They're always picking up the negatives. They're not picking up the positives like they probably should. It's always the negative. Like, if you go to a newspaper, 3/4 of the newspaper is negative shit. and that's what it is. That's what it always has been. That's what it always will. Unless there is a charity newspaper or a newspaper that does a one-time charity event, all of it's going to be negative. Even then, there's probably going to be one page dedicated to day-to-day news that's happened.
It's just because they don't take it seriously. And the thing is that obviously the games industry, not only as an art form, which I know quite a lot of people will debate about whether it is or isn't, not only as an art form but as an entertainment industry, doesn't get taken seriously enough. The people who buy into it and are entertained by it don't get taken seriously enough. For example, the interview with Markiplier, and then also the interview with PewDiePie. Do you want to talk about that for a minute?
I'll talk about it briefly. We were going to talk about this in more detail, but I took it off the list. We'll talk about it briefly. Jimmy Kimmel, American TV host, did an interview with Markiplier and another gamer that I can't remember her name, bless her.
While you're talking, I'll see if I can give it a
and then in comparison to that interview compared to another American late night show host did an interview with PewDiePie, and Jimmy Kimmel's was just so... It was slightly offensive in the way that he looked like he wasn't taking it seriously, and this other guy had obviously done his research.
Patronising?
It was patronising because he was trying to constantly make a joke out of this interview, out of Markiplier and the whole...
making money from entertaining people playing games.
Making entertainment, and the bottom line was, Mike... there's a picture he told us about this morning, and we have seen it.
Yeah.
It's a dad coming into a room of his kid and going, why on earth would you watch people play games? Just play it yourself. And the kid coming downstairs watching his dad watch football. And it's the same applies. Why do you not?
It is the
it's
exact
a form
same.
of entertainment. But yeah, the bottom line is it's just another stupid stunt. Well done, Call of Duty. You've managed to annoy a lot of people. Hardcore fans will always stick by them, I know that, but I think for the majority of us it's like, why the flip have you done that?
Yeah.
So, that ranting out the way is mostly good things from now. It's good things
I
from
think
now.
she was called Mrs. May?
Yes, that's it. Anyway, yes, sorry, we forgot your name. But anyway, next piece of news. Steam hardware is now being sold in retailers. So Steam has got contracts with Game here in the UK. I believe it's GameStop in the US and a Canada retailer that I can't remember off the top of my head. They've actually got contracts with them to sell their products before general release. So if you want any pre-orders, or if you want anything at all, they're going to be sold in traditional sort of retail fashion. I kind of like this idea because it brings us back to going out and buying things, and
rather than it being digital.
Yeah, in comparison to digital.
Well, because everyone says that digital is gonna kill physical.
I don't think it will.
No.
The problem
with how popular digital is on everything.
It's the convenience.
Movie purchasers. You got even stuff, just general stuff like Netflix.
There's still quite a percentage of people that like to own a physical copy.
I love owning a physical copy.
Guilty.
Like collector's editions. Like if you think about massive collector's editions, I got one. I think the last one I got was years ago, but it was for the second Final Fantasy 13 game, which was the only decent Final Fantasy 13 game. And that had like art books in it. It had holographic cards and then all sorts. I love that, and I think all of us love that especially when we love a franchise as well. You want to make sure that you let the company is just starting to pee it down. Hopefully that's not being picked up. You want to let the company know how much you love it by buying the special editions, because you're invested in that brand and in that story.
But the thing is that it also has another side to the story, bearing in mind that I don't own any physical copies of games anymore, not for current generation stuff. I've still got obviously my Sega games and all of my PlayStation 1, 2 games still. But it's the convenience of not having to go and look for it. It's already there on your computer. But it does take up file space, and I understand not everyone has a huge hard drive. But then you also think about it from the industry side. It's a lot cheaper to distribute your game digitally than it is
and
physically.
Easier and quicker.
So if you're a smaller company, you've got a smaller budget, it's a lot easier to distribute digitally than it is otherwise. Obviously, you still have to pay for all your licensing and things like that, and to have a space on a digital store. But at the end of the day, it's not as expensive as shipping out a load of copies of a game in physical form that might not even get bought and end up in charity shops the world around, So there are still two sides to that story. It's just a matter of personal preference. But I don't think that physical copies are ever going to disappear. I think they should hang around
Physical
forever.
copies will always be around. It's just, unfortunately, obviously, people want to get a lot of digital copies because it's convenient, like you said. But I've just had a quick look, and it is GameStop, Game UK, and EB Games.
Yeah, that's going to stock all the Steam hardware. It says
So is that
November
just
the
selling
10th.
codes?
No, it's not just codes. There's also the controller. They've got a Steam controller.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think they also have some sort of console or console based.
Yeah, they've got
you
their
plug it to your TV sort of thing.
Steam Machine, which are PC game console that can run on custom-made Linux OS.
So going back to the actual Steam part of this debate, are we going to look into? I'm not too fussed about it. I use Steam as like my primary gaming platform.
Yeah.
I don't have a console here at the flat. I know you. Jess and Mike, you guys have got your PlayStation 3 and your 4.
Yeah, you.
But what do you think? Like,
you want to go first? Have you got? I'm all down for physical copies. In fact, I prefer physical over digital. It's just as someone who was like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4. It's always been consoles for me, and I've only recently got into PC gaming in the last 2-3 years maybe.
Yeah.
So for me, having physical copies is always important because I just prefer, like growing up, I've always had physical copies. I never worked with digital stuff. Physical is the way to go. The game cases are always nice when you get it all nice alphabetical order.
I understand that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Shelving units dedicated to Xbox and then PlayStation underneath, or vice versa, whichever one you want. Then you got alphabetical orders. You can either have it. I used to have it, admittedly, for genres.
I was gonna say.
I had it all split off into genres, and then in them genres, alphabetical order.
So
and
do you
then,
just have like a podium at the top for your Nathan Drake? Uncharted.
maybe no. But yeah, it's always important for me personally to have physical copies, and it's kind of one of the weirder things about starting to go to PC gaming is that everything is digital. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me though. But again, physical copies.
So Steam,
Is it?
the actual Steam consoles, we're not bothered about that.
No.
No, it's just
No.
Why would you when you've
We'll
got it on your
see.
PC?
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
point? You may as well just
see.
get a
Well, they've
different
got the
console.
controller as well, but I'm not really too sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Let's
when you
have
got
to-
Controller, maybe.
wires-
We're not hyped for it. I think the verdict
Yeah.
is we're not hyped, but we're...
There's too many consoles out there anyway, and there's so many new consoles and new companies making brand new consoles. I think there's one that's like the video game system, like it's a brand new one that's like obviously this gen, which is coming out. I don't know what it's got on it or what it's going to be aimed for, as in what's going to be on it, but that's coming out. There's loads of other companies that have done it and have completely like crashed because nobody's bothered to buy them.
Yeah.
Nobody's bothered to make games for them. No one's going to
But
buy
I think
it.
Steam has done so well in terms of PC gaming that I don't really think they can really get a foot in console because you've got
why
Sony
would you change
and
what's
Microsoft
gonna work already?
and Nintendo, and they've all got their target audience.
I mean, the U was a bit of a flop, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Nobody
even knew what it was.
Yeah.
It should have gone better. But that's the thing, it's just the way that the industry changes and grows. It's not something we have to be hyped about, it's just the inevitability of the industry. What's next?
Okay. Microsoft have bought Havok, and this was this morning I read this is fairly new. So Microsoft have bought the rights to Havok for an undisclosed price. I guess it's just discussed. What do you guys think about that? Just as it is.
Gonna be
Just
interesting.
that line, Microsoft has bought
The
Havok.
corporate overlords over everything.
It's not EA.
Satan.
It's not EA.
It's not EA. Yeah, it could be
But
worse.
it's going to be.
Oh, it could be a lot worse.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm not for it.
I'm for it at the moment, just on general principle. I'm interested to see how it turns out. Obviously, in the next year, it could go like totally the wrong way, and it could just be terrible. It could be the worst thing that ever happened, and then I'm going to hate it. But I'm interested to see what they do with it, at least.
Well, yeah, it's more of like just a money bag situation as far as I can see it. It's just them owning it and all of that. It's
Because I'm assuming
just a monopoly. If the whole
Yes.
industry gets monopolised, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, but most industries are monopolised. That's the thing.
I know. I mean, just think about Virgin own pretty much just something of everything.
The
It's
world.
crazy.
Airplanes, broadband,
Mobile.
mobile. They put though that said that they are going to continue licensing it to third parties. But the one thing that everyone seems to be losing their mind over is the fact that they want to incorporate the cloud. Now we don't own a One. We're not an Xbone household.
I think we should though, just because of exclusives. Another monopoly sort of.
Well, when a game is decent enough to come out on the Xbox One, then we may have a look at it. But right now, there's nothing.
It's like
Oh
Sunset
god, does that mean that most games that are Havoc are now just going to be Xbox?
Hopefully not.
Like,
doubt it.
here's the
If
thing:
Microsoft
if
own
they have
Havoc.
bought Havoc and people want to use Havoc, as in like AAA companies, how much is that going to be more now? Like,
Yeah,
because
is that
Havoc
going to
was
be? Are they going to make it difficult?
like it wasn't, was it?
I don't think it was.
No, as in like obviously you're going to have to pay to use it, but how much more now just because Microsoft have it?
Or even if
I mean,
it's
they're probably gonna
going,
give it away
because
for
Microsoft
free
own
for
it,
their
I think it's going to be
companies.
more difficult for their games to be made before any of Microsoft titles. So say Microsoft want to bring out a new title, they've got 3 titles lined up using Havoc, and then Sony comes along and says, "Oh, we want to use Havoc for blah 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 blah." Are they going to go, "Yeah, we'll you can have
Down
it.
it.
That's fine," but they're going to put it at the bottom of the pile because they'll prioritize their own games.
Or if a development studio want to do both an Xbox and a PlayStation, how are Microsoft going to kind of force the will? Like, look, we're providing you with the physics engine. Do ours first, and then put it over to
Yeah,
PlayStation.
but that's probably not going to be a thing because they release. If it's going to be multi-platform, they usually release it all together because it won't make sense. Like, because if you're doing a multi-platform thing, let's say that it's released for PC, Xbox, and PS4, you're not going to choose Xbox One because it's out first. You're more likely going to go, well, I've got my PlayStation 4. I prefer playing it on my PlayStation 4 or my PC. I'm just going to wait the week or 2 weeks. Because
I'm pretty sure
it'd just be a dick move.
I'm pretty
Otherwise,
sure-
it wouldn't.
I think what
annoy
games
people.
have different releases for different platforms. I think Dark Souls is one.
Yeah, Dark Souls as well.
Because Dark Souls came out on consoles, and then it was like another year or year and a half later it came out on PC. And the same with Dark Souls.
Yeah, the
2.
majority of games that were Havoc, because we
Yeah,
we
I've
briefly
literally-
read them.
I've
all,
got
yeah.
a quick list here.
First-person
But the majority of them are all
shooters.
multiple
Yeah, I mean,
platforms, aren't
the
they?
list I'm reading now is Xbox 360, PS3, Wii as well, on just some of the games. There's even...
It's third-party software,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
you know, it's not
They
exclusive.
can't
and
limit
now
it
they're-
to one console.
Yeah.
They can't. And
Um,
even if they do, it will backfire anyway because not everyone's going to go out and buy an Xbox
Xbox.
One.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, prices have dropped a lot, like quicker than the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 when they first came out. You know, it took years and years before the price drop on those, but
But
it
do you
seems
think
to
that's
have...
because PC is starting to get bigger?
Master Race.
No, just
probably.
convenience race.
Yeah, it's
As the technology
probably-
becomes cheaper,
yeah.
people can customize what they want and what
Exactly,
they don't
and
want.
it's becoming more common for people to
Build their own.
know what you can build your own and
Why-
access
why would
to
you
things
be
like
held
PC
back?
specialists. Yeah,
Why would you be held back? If you
Bloody
could
internet
overclock a
works.
PC, yeah. If you could overclock a PC, then why would you bother buying a console which is then capped at that
Yeah.
technology point, and then in a couple of years you're just going to have to upgrade to the next generation they release? I never really believed in consoles after I grew up a little bit, and once you actually look at things, it works out a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it does. It does. The last little bit of Havoc I wanted to point out is that they were going to use the cloud. The Xbone uses this cloud, where I assume, from what I've read, is using this thing called remote rendering, where it sort of pings it. You've got to be connected to the internet, and it pings it
Yeah.
like remotely from the graphics from the cloud instead of it reduces like the
The load on the console.
load on the console. But a load of people are like, well, if you're going to you're going to acquire Havoc and use this cloud to ping back your graphics and your rendering, that's going to like kill off some of your clients because not everyone has like a high bandwidth. Not
Yeah.
everyone's got like fiber optic
I mean,
broadband.
it's also that, but it's more the fact of like technology is advancing. Why are we now downgrading the capabilities in a sense
Yeah.
and saying, well, we can do less and charge more for something that's not working as well technically
Yeah.
as previously?
I mean, to be honest with you,
Maybe it'll work.
as I'm just briefly thinking about it now, it's a really weird way to do it.
It is. We've got
It's,
so
it's
many.
it's almost like we have this software called the cloud and we're not using it.
Yeah, we don't know
What
what
could
to
we
yeah.
do?
Yeah.
What could we use
Yeah,
it
yeah.
for?
What can we use
It's
it
just
for?
sitting there on the shelf and it's like, you're all lonely and you're getting a little bit dust there. We need to use you in some way.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's almost like they're forcing it like, oh, we have to use
In
it.
terms
Yeah,
of
why not?
the-
Like, why
Now
not
that
buy
we have it.
Havoc and then
In
we
terms
can...
of the Xbox One, did they have like some kind of backup? Like, 'cause don't they do on the PS4? Like, when you have the PSN and your PS Plus, you've got the whole you can store things on there.
I'm pretty sure. Well, it's Microsoft, so it's probably like SkyDrive stuff or something. Like, it's probably like, there is probably cloud software for it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Sony got their own cloud software for it as well, but...
Yeah, that's what I assumed they'd probably use that for, rather than using it as kind of to enhance the gameplay.
Yeah, it's just a really weird way to do it now that I'm thinking about it. It just seems too much like effort for a really minimal payoff. Like, it just seems like there's just way too much about it, and it just seems pointless in my opinion. Like, why change what isn't broken? Because like,
it just seems a bit random. We're buying it for the sake of buying it, and then we're going to tell you all that we need it for cloud, and we're going to emphasis more on the cloud on the Expo, and it's kind of like,
Mike says, we made it, but we need something for it.
No, it's like we made it and nobody's using it, so we need to do this. We need to use it for something. It just, I don't know. It just seems pointless for really minimal payoff, and it's like it's never not worked. So I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just really weird.
So that's that. We seem to be ranting a lot. We've been quite negative so far. And I can hear your tissue. Sorry. The next one, again, we're going to be ranting. It's more of a laughing stock than anything. So the new Tony Hawk game, the 5th game in the series, I think, is completely broken. You've got things clipping
that's a bit embarrassing.
Yeah. You've got
just a bit.
Character models and environments clipping through each other. There's reports of like the sound lagging out and like repeating itself, glitching out. The same with the cutscenes. All sorts of like frame rendering issues, and it just seems to be like a half-assed game. And to top it all off, they realised their blunders, because they've released on the release day. They gave a 6 GB patch on launch day.
The good old topic.
Like the only one, like that's on par with EA, sort of like, or Batman. Like
when will people release finished games? I mean,
never.
Sure,
no, they won't
Tony
now.
Hawk is such a classic franchise, especially for people of our generation. We've grown up with all of those games.
PlayStation 2, and
but like when, just stop. Like, just follow my rule. Did we talk about the rule last time?
Yeah.
3 games, no more.
Yes, we did talk about this last time.
Stop counting.
3 games, no more, no counting.
It's not even the fact that it's just 3 games no more. It is just, please release finished games.
Exactly, yeah. They're just rinsing off it because they know people will buy it.
Because everyone loved that game back in the day. It's the same with like Rayman, although Rayman is just an amazing piece. Legends and Origins.
Rayman is actually good.
Yeah.
It actually works.
It actually
it's fine.
works.
Bring it back. The 2 games, fine. Now just let it die. Move on.
Let it die. Give it a few years to breathe, and then if you've got an idea, make a new one. I think everyone was so hyped for it because we haven't had one in so long, and it was a genuinely good idea, and everyone would have loved it if it was working. Yeah, maybe.
If people spent more than 5 minutes on a game, that'd be nice.
We hate patches here at the Toolbox. We hate patches on release day even more so. Patching games on release day is like the biggest fart in a box you could receive. We're going to give you air because none of this is going to work properly. Go home, install it, and then you can get your real game.
It's like you buy it, you waste so much time and effort to go get it on the day of release, then you should just let it sit in its case for a good week.
A good year, then play it.
Into the console. And
this is why nobody buys on release day. I don't know, none of us, and like unless it's a title we've been waiting, like for example, the Kingdom Hearts, when the 3 comes out, I will be pre-ordering that. I'll be getting that on release day, if not earlier, because that's a title that I've grown up with and absolutely loved, and I'm sure
digital or physical?
Physical, if I can.
Yeah,
if I can get an edition, like a collector's edition, I will. If I can afford it, absolutely.
But when you do, wait a week.
Yeah.
Then put it in. See if a 15 million gigabyte, terabyte
that's just so
update comes out.
Heartbreaking. It needs to stop. Bottom line, it needs to stop. And going on from that, a new law has been put in place for consumer rights in digital media, which includes video games, digital copies and physical copies. More digital we're on about though in this topic. More digital music and ebooks, but we're going to talk about video games. So this basically means if you purchase a video game that isn't satisfactory, i.e. it's broken, Tony Hawk, you can actually apply for a full refund within 30 days, and this is going to have to be throughout all video game platforms. Within reason, they've put down that the game must be of satisfactory quality based on what a reasonable person would expect, taking into account the price. Yeah, a reasonable person. So
If you rebel, then you can't get a refund.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
But I mean, this ties into our previous topic very quickly, because if, for example, Tony Hawk is released, and then a lot of people go, this is not what I paid for, this is not what I was expecting to get, I am a reasonable person and I am dissatisfied with this product, then they take it back, they get all their money back, and then lo and behold, that company has no money for that game. People are going game companies, studios, and just anyone that makes games are going to have to find out very quickly how to make their money. Release a finished game.
They're going to have to go back to what they used to do for the PS2.
I think this is a brilliant move.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the picture of the burger? Yeah. It talks about games, and it's like a full burger was like back in the day when they did PS2, Xbox, PS2, that kind of era. And now it's like everything's split up. So your bun's like the actual game, but then your burger's like DLC and patches and all of that. Yeah. And that's pretty much what the industry is now.
Now, Steam does it did that whole refund thing a while ago, back when they used to, when they thought, we will make people pay for mods, and everyone went insane.
Well, didn't they do a refund, or they still do a refund thing where it's either 24 hours.
It's 24 hours.
Under 3 hours of gameplay.
3 hours of gameplay?
Yeah.
It's either
just long enough to know it's shit, but not long enough to have
completed it.
Yeah.
So you can buy it and complete it within 3 hours.
Send it back.
Is it either one, or is it...
It's 1 day, it's 24 hours.
It's 1 day, but it has to be under a certain amount of hours.
Right, so both conditions have to be met to refund it.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, for shorter games, maybe not.
Yeah, there was a game, I think it was like an hour long, and people were just refunding because they played it and get it back.
That's the problem, is how would you manage that, though? Like, what would be...
Do it on a ratio as timescale.
It's through, if you're talking about this new law, not the Steam one, if you're talking about this new law, it's actually through the retailer. So if you buy it via Game or Amazon... Sorry, I choked on myself.
Gross.
You okay?
I don't know, it just
what the hell happened?
To choke. Okay. Yeah, you have to go through the retailer rather than the company. Stop laughing. And Jess is dying.
The retailer, not the company.
Yeah, so you if you got Dragon Age and you're like, you know what, I don't like this, you don't go to EA, you go to the shop you got it from, and they have to, but it's got to be within 30 days as well.
Oh, so you haven't...
And it's not, I don't like it has to be broken, something has to be wrong with the game, like Batman, like Tony Hawk, a reasonable person. Basically, if the game works and you're just being a sauerkraut, no.
A sauerkraut.
If you're being a sauerkraut,
if you're being a pickled cabbage,
yes.
No, you need to
that's not what
fuck up.
Yeah, that's not what this is about. It is about whether the game is, and for the price as well. It does put in for the price. So if you're paying 50 quid for a next gen game and it's broken, then yeah. If you're paying £3 for an indie title that maybe could be a little bit better, but that might not have as strong as an argument. Which is...
It's reasonable, and I'm thinking this was a move in the right direction. And like I mentioned before, tying back to our previous topic of games not being completed when they're sold, I think it would be fantastic if companies started taking a little bit more responsibility and a little bit more pride in their gold copies.
It'd be nice.
Real nice.
One day we'll go way back when to PS1 and PS2 when updates weren't a thing.
Absolute gold. And you just buy that game and that would be enough content to
go
through once and then go through again.
It'd be nice.
Wouldn't it though? Like, I'm going to go back to Kingdom Hearts, but Kingdom Hearts 2 was so flipping good. It was! It's so flipping good, and I'd easily play that again. Stop giving me the mouth,
Kingdom Hearts rant. Let's go.
You're saying stuff, but I'm not hearing anything. Let's talk about the next topic.
Okay, well, the last topic we've got is a nice little light-hearted one, because we've gone out on major rants today of how much we hate corporate companies.
The Rantcast.
Call of Duty being dicks and talk shows being dicks, and
everyone's
I couldn't tell you who it was. I will post the actual link to eBay if the bid is still up there. But a guy has created a custom amiibo of Satoru Iwata the former president of Nintendo, who died earlier this year.
I believe so, yeah.
So, unfortunately, I'm sure it was... I'm going to feel really stupid now if I said he died and it's the wrong person. It was, yeah, he was the president and he passed on, yes. Unfortunately, and everyone was heartbroken because he was like the father of Nintendo.
Well, yeah, he pretty much was.
So this guy's made a custom amiibo, and one of a kind... No one else can get it, and they put it up for a bid. Stop laughing at me. Stop laughing. We've got some tender moments going on behind the behind the microphone.
You've got cameras on?
We've got a camera? Shoot.
There's no tender moments here. She was browsing Facebook, so I hit her and she stopped. And then she was just there staring at me and I ignored her. Then you looked at me and assumed
You're
I
like
was
a pair
laughing.
of naughty school children.
I did nothing. Continue talking.
It's fine, I will continue talking. Yeah, he's put it on sale, bidding only, and all of the proceeds go to a charity called Child's Play, which is a charity that gives children in hospitals toys and video games through probably some of the most difficult and probably some of the most boring things in their life so far. Like sitting in a hospital is not the nicest
ain't
thing.
Fun. When I was in hospital, I think I was in year 6, so I was probably about 10. They brought me a PlayStation 1 and some games and a little CRTV sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that was sort of shared amongst the ward, but it was very, very minimal time, and I didn't really feel like playing it much. But it was nice that it was there. And the Child's Play charity is something that we've worked for before, haven't we?
No.
Did we not? What did we do?
We did.
What was the
I do. Yeah, special effects is the one that's
special
my
effects,
favourite.
Yeah, there we go. The two very similar charities. But yeah, it's nice to see something so massively like enriching happening. And where's the news article about this?
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks,
Call
media.
of Duty's up there at the top, but where's this? At the moment, it's almost $2,000. When I last looked today, it's the 6th today. It was at something like $1,870, and that was continued bidding. That was 88 bids, and you've still got 3 days to bid, I think. I know maybe none of you guys listening have over $2,000 to spend on a custom amiibo, but it's worth having a look at and following the guy. Maybe he's done other work for other charities, and I encourage all of you guys. We've done work with charities before. This time last year we did a gaming event for Special Effects, which is my favourite gaming charity, which is helping children with disabilities being able to play games, so either creating peripherals for them to play, or just general
raising awareness
help,
for companies to make games
exactly
suitable.
Exactly. The blind and deaf, every disability should be able. Everyone with a disability, should be able to experience video gaming, in my opinion. So yes, well done to this guy. I will put the link up for eBay under the more comments under the YouTube link if you're watching on YouTube. And that about ends our news articles this week, but we are going to talk about our games of the week as usual, and it's going to be PlayStation themed because it's the 20th anniversary, which is
we should have done this last
my
week.
lifetime. We should have done this last time. Me and Mike, that's our lifetime of video games practically. We're both 20.
Pretty much.
And you guys,
babies.
pretty
Zena's
much.
21 and Jess is 22. Stop laughing. You old bat.
Thanks, babe.
So, who wants to go first?
You want to go with the
Favourite
last
PlayStation
time?
game of all time. It could be
rotate.
new or old.
Okay, well, favourite, oh god. I wasn't prepared for this. I've got my game of the week ready.
Yeah, that's your game of the week. That's
No,
what
it's
I
not
mean.
my favourite game of all time because I've not played it.
PlayStation. well, I mean, it doesn't. You don't have to play it. I mean, I didn't play Orion. I still haven't played Orion, and I should play Orion. But I recommended it last week.
Yeah. Well, okay, so my current, the thing that I would like to buy right now, the horrible thing is the finances come in and the money is in the bank and this game needs to be bought and I'm going to totally buy the heck out of this game this week. Tareaway Unfolded. It is the second version of this game. The first version was simply known as Tareaway and was created for the PS Vita.
Yes.
And they've released Tareaway Unfolded, which now has a DualShock incorporated gameplay system. So it makes full use of the controller. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And I highly recommend anybody to go and find it. If you have younger humans that you want to play games with, like a little sister or something like that, or anything, I recommend this game for playing with kids, and even as an adult, I really want to play the heck out of it just on my own. It would be great.
Tell me about the box art. That's one of my favourite bits.
Yes. The thing is that as the game plays, when you pick your character at the beginning, you can choose a male character or a female character. I believe the male character is called Iota, and the female character is that name spelled backwards, so Atoe. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I've not heard it. I've just read it.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely lovely. 2 characters, both identical in a sense of if you were playing Mass Effect and you choose your shepherd as female or
Shep
male.
or femshep.
Yeah, shep or femshep. But with the box art, it's reversible, so you can switch it to a male character box art or a female character box art, which I think is adorable, because obviously in the game there is only one protagonist. You couldn't really advertise it with the 2 protagonists on the front. So the fact that they didn't choose a favourite and they had it as reversible, and I believe in the shop it would have been 50-50 as which one was actually on the front.
That's good.
So that's absolutely lovely. So you could pick whichever gender. So if you've got a stroppy little 8-year-old boy that doesn't want to play as a female, you know, do that.
It's always the guys that never want to play as the girls. We do Minecraft sessions where we work, and we always get guys complaining if they are automatically a female character, but you never get the girls complaining.
The girls
if they're
just like,
yeah,
oh,
they're just
why
like,
you a guy,
we're playing
lol."
Minecraft. This is great.
Oh, why are you a guy, Emily? Lol. That's it.
I don't know, lol. And
Yeah.
then that's it. That's all they do. Whereas the guy's like, why am I a girl? It's like it's literally a
I
texture.
literally had like
It
a
is
little
literally
kid
a texture.
screaming and crying at me, and I sat with him while his father or whatever it was sat there and ignored the whole situation and told him that, you know, it's not a good thing or a bad thing. You know, my inner feminist got very, very angry. But that's just playground psychology, really. Girls got cuties. So
No, girls got flipping hormones, which would flipping tear our faces
Wow,
if we hear anything else. Sorry.
I got a bit deep.
you set us back another couple of years there. Thanks, babe.
Sorry, I got
A
really.
red mist just descended in the room.
I get a bit annoyed with
Jesus.
things like that. I'm sorry to show you guys didn't sign up for game
That's fine.
feminism. Go on, Jess.
But
What's- you carry on.
As I was going to mention about Tareaway Unfolded was I haven't really looked much into the plot, but it's a very simple plot regarding a messenger mission, and I look forward to playing it greatly, and I would really like to put it out there for other people. It would be great.
Jess.
I have too many.
You have too many.
Like literally.
Wait, what are we talking
there's
about? Game of the week or favourite game of all?
Favorite game just on the
Okay,
PlayStation.
is it? I say it's a favourite PlayStation game now.
But yeah, it could be
Yeah.
any PlayStation game. It
Does
doesn't.
it have to be exclusive?
It has to be PlayStation.
But
Yeah,
it has to be PlayStation.
It has to be PlayStation because it's 20th
PlayStation.
anniversary.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it doesn't,
PlayStation.
not
I mean,
necessarily exclusive.
yeah.
It doesn't.
It can be
Well-
PlayStation, the PS2, PS3, or PS4.
Okay, so say for the PS1, it has to be something like Rayman.
Yeah.
Like
Original Rayman.
definitely.
you don't have to do all the consoles
No,
if you don't
I'm
want
just,
to. Are you going
like,
through?
I'm just going through as in the
Okay,
games that
okay.
are
What about PS2?
Rayman's good.
PS2, Vice City,
Yeah.
GTA.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because. Huh? What did you say?
Nothing.
just me and
Just give it a reason. Just say like, what about PlayStation 3?
Okay. And also, I'd say San Andreas. Just
Yeah.
GTA.
Well, that's-
so many memories. Of
Yeah,
GTA.
they blew up the franchise.
Yeah,
didn't
and
they?
then. You were
What?
staring at me like
No.
waiting in
Just talk.
anticipation.
3.
Then 3 is probably the Uncharted, just because like I've probably taken yours now,
Yeah,
but
you have now.
oh,
Yeah, you
Uncharted. But Uncharted 2 is my favourite. Uncharted 3, the story's not that great. Uncharted 1, the controls aren't 100% yet. They were still a bit clanky, and the story was a little bit.
So again, stop counting to 3. 2 was best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What? 3's mad.
1 is finding ground. 2 is getting good. 3 is too much.
yeah. And then one that people are gonna hate me for.
Okay.
Because it's shit, but it's one of those ones that I like because I'm good at it, but it's still shit. It's Resident Evil 5. It completely destroyed
Controversy.
It completely destroyed the franchise. There was no need for it, and Chris is ridiculously buff for no apparent reason.
Arm day.
But I am really good at that game, and that is the only game I've got platinum on.
Chris-
So I will always bum that game, but I will equally go.
I can do it.
I can do it. but it is a shit game.
Yeah, you're not blinded by your
I'm
skill.
not going to say it's an amazing game. It's absolutely wank. It is terrible.
I think that says more about you and your gaming skills than you wanted it to.
Yeah.
Can we just do like a Resident Evil rant cast?
No, I don't know anything about Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil and Silent Hill.
I watched one of the films and that's
Can I at least do a Resident Evil
There
rant?
you go.
cast?
Exclusive. Michael joining for an hour of Michael swearing and occasionally going Resident Evil.
Yeah. Just beep, Resident Evil, beep.
Although,
Rant cast, the next coming session.
Can I put classical music in the background? the Mozart.
Do you like
just to
some like
top it off.
80s elevator music just in the
Yeah.
background or something?
although Revelations does actually look pretty good.
I've seen some okay things. I haven't seen too much. of it.
Yeah. It's not amazing, but it's better than 6. But anything would be better than 6.
Everything's
They could
better
put
than 6.
shit in a bloody packet and give it to you, and it'd be better than 6.
Fart in a box.
Yeah.
Fine box.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go on, Mike.
Okay,
know.
so I guess I'm gonna take from yours and do 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I don't know
Just
if you
for
want
that.
to.
Go for it.
They were just memories.
PlayStation 1 is Crash Team Racing.
Oh.
Crash. The shit.
Crash Team Racing is
It needs
better
to be a
than...
new
Spyro.
Crash.
Oh my god, Spyro.
Don't take my one.
So I just saw the waveform on there. This is where
Well, you didn't help by clapping. Fucking seal over here.
But,
About PlayStation.
PlayStation 2, I'm gonna have to go... I don't even... trying to think now. I want to just go for...
Simpsons Hit and Run.
That was a good game.
Futurama?
No. It'll probably be Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, yeah.
My brother, yes!
It's a weird mix between Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Those three. It's a tie between them for PlayStation 2 because that's why I pretty much played the entirety of my PlayStation 2 on. Or Time Splitters, which I found amazing. I loved it every single day. PlayStation 3, probably Uncharted 2, or
Uncharted in general for you.
Metal Gear, any of them.
Nathan Drake groupie over here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wannabe.
Listen. But PlayStation 4, so far, is either going to have to be a tie between the Raymans or the Bloodborne.
Yeah.
That's obviously they're the main two I play. But you never know what Uncharted's coming out, so...
edition? Or is it the
Gold edition?
Gold edition?
Is it Gold
Yeah,
edition?
Gold
Yeah.
edition. Collector's edition.
With
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
of the games
all of
apart
them.
from Golden,
Golden
Abyss.
Abyss, which is
Yeah.
PS, which is
And then
Portable
the new
now.
one.
Vita, yeah.
Yeah, the new one. But I mean, never know. The new Uncharted's coming out, so that might take a good place. But I think right now it's probably Bloodborne is my favourite PlayStation 4.
You did bun that.
I did.
I suck at that game.
Terrible.
I find it amazing. I can play it.
You suck at most games.
Wow.
You know what? I'm not even going to deny it. But I am a
Contrast.
good snipe.
Why you always lie?
No, right, before you even start, get on to yours.
Okay, because I didn't have PS3 or 4, I'll do my top, my two that I had PlayStation 1 and 2. So for the one, it was Spyro Year of the Dragon.
Yeah.
I used to come home
Yes.
from school and just play the hell out of that game. And you always used to get, because that's the one you had to collect all the different dragon eggs and you go to different
Oh, yeah,
worlds.
it is, isn't
and
it?
you had, oh my god,
Is it Hunter?
Hunter,
You
your
had
best mate Hunter.
And then there was that like, was it the one with the magey witch thing? And they had
Yeah.
that really weird love thing going
Yeah,
on.
between
you
her
were
and
like-
Hunter,
yeah.
and it was kind of
Yeah.
really awkward because he was a cheater, but he stood on two legs, and you had no idea what's going on. But what got me the most was there was like little time trial, like to
Yeah.
get the eggs, and there were those
The little blue
hooded
guy.
bastards.
Yeah, they
The little
are
blue
those
guy.
flipping.
On the first ones, they had so many of those, and I remember my mum playing it, and she used to get
it's
so angry with them.
Also, the skateboarding.
Yeah,
Oh,
The skateboarding trials.
Yeah.
I'm so done with it. Oh god, because you didn't know, because it was back when like the analog stick and the actual joypad, like there wasn't a lot of difference. And if you did have the joypad, the DualShock controllers, like you had no idea how to use them. So you just be playing, you just like mush your hand over it, like. And try and avoid the curb. And my PS2 game, and you're all gonna Des is gonna just groan at me for this. Kingdom Hearts 2.
I mouthed it as you said it. Yes, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Just because
Many reasons.
Yeah, many reasons. The main one being that is the one franchise that I think really
Made you.
made me want to go and make video games. Like, I had never played any of the Final Fantasies. I've got 7.
The birth of the weeaboo.
Yeah. Oh, for so many years. So many years we
Walk
used
around
to
with
do...
a fucking pow fruit in your hand all day.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and we made sea salt ice cream, real ones. We made ones out of cardboards. Cardboard.
Yeah.
All of the cardboards.
We,
the first convention you dragged me along to, you gave me a sea salt ice cream cardboard cutout.
Yeah, I did. It was like some sort of weird marriage proposal, but for weird.
And we're still together.
Yeah, babe.
Still going strong.
Babe.
Excuse me?
So yeah, that holds some strength to me. And that about wraps it up for this week. It's probably we're working on trying to streamline the podcast as much as possible. So if you have any suggestions or anything that you liked or disliked about the show, just let us know either on the comments and the SoundCloud, the Twitter, or the Facebook. We love hearing from you guys, and we hope to read out some of your PlayStation memories and stories next week, Darian. And just to finish it off, we have realised that the Golden Joystick Awards are going to be happening at the end of the month, which is an award ceremony for gaming. Just type in Golden Joysticks on Google. We've voted today, and we'll probably do a podcast especially for it, because we love the award ceremony so much. We watched it last year. We streamed it at uni.
Oh yeah,
We did. We streamed it at uni on the projector.
We did it in the audio room.
So go vote. There's loads of great games out there. Alien Isolation's up for some. Ori and the Blind Forest, Life is Strange, Uncharted. Even there's a category for
Splatoon.
Affordable
Space Adventures.
Affordable Space Adventures, which is a great title.
Do you know what to say? I don't really I never really had any Nintendo products like Splatoon and Affordable. I love both those games.
They're great. Nintendo's such a good.
I'm debating buying a Wii U.
Just to play those games.
Yeah,
they are. Nintendo do bring out some gems, and they've got.
Should probably start playing Zelda games.
Yeah, they're bringing out a new Zelda game, so that's
Hyrule
that's
Warriors
that.
looks quite good.
Yeah.
Isn't that a brawler?
Anyway, before we go out into a completely different rant about Nintendo,
Zelda
cast. Thank you very much for watching this week's, and we shall see you next week.
Toodles! Bye! What time it was. What are we having for dinner?
Okay, we'll do this quickly then, and then
question.
we'll cook dinner. All right, we'll do something quick and easy. What do you want to go out?
Oh my god, we're recording.
Okay,
Let's just get on with it.
Okay.